The email arrived on a Tuesday morning. For Sarah, a 32-year-old graphic designer, it looked ordinary, just a lease renewal. But inside, her rent was rising by $150 a week. Suddenly, her home in Pyrmont felt uncertain. Across Australia, thousands of renters are getting similar news. The dream of a stable, affordable home is slipping away. This is the reality of Australia's rental crisis in 2026, a quiet battle fought in living rooms and kitchens everywhere. Australia is in the middle of a severe rental crisis. It is the toughest rental market we have seen in decades. Prices are rising faster than most people's wages. This is happening in every capital city and in many regional towns too. Finding a vacant property is like finding a needle in a haystack. When a property does become available, the competition is fierce. Dozens, sometimes hundreds of people apply for the same house or apartment. This intense competition gives landlords the power to increase prices significantly. Renters have very little power to negotiate. They are often forced to accept whatever price is asked. This situation is a big change from the past. A few years ago, the market was more balanced. Renters had more choices. They could find a place to live without extreme stress. Now, the landscape has completely shifted. National vacancy rates are at historic lows. A vacancy rate is the percentage of all rental properties that are empty and available. A healthy market has a vacancy rate of around 3%. In early 2026, Australia's national vacancy rate is hovering just below 1%. This means for every 100 rental properties, only one is available. This scarcity is the engine driving the relentless price hikes. The numbers tell a stark story. Over the last year, average rents in major cities have jumped by 10 to 20%. In some popular suburbs, the increases are even higher. A two-bedroom apartment that cost $600 a week last year might now be advertised for $750. This is a huge jump for an average family or a couple. The pressure is felt everywhere. It is not just a problem for people on low incomes. Middle-income earners, including nurses, teachers, and tradespeople, are also struggling to find affordable housing near their jobs. The crisis is more than just numbers on a spreadsheet. It represents a fundamental challenge to our way of life. Having a secure home is essential for everything else. It is the foundation for holding down a job, raising a family, and participating in the community. When that foundation becomes unstable, it creates widespread social and economic problems. People are forced into housing stress, which means they spend more than 30% of their income on rent. Today, a growing number of Australians are spending 40% or even 50% of their pay just to keep a roof over their heads. Sydney is the epicenter of the rental crisis. The city shows a clear divide: expensive inner-city suburbs like Pyrmont and struggling outer suburbs like Blacktown. In Pyrmont, high demand means soaring rents, pushing out long-term residents. In Blacktown, families now compete with newcomers, driving up prices. The squeeze is creating a domino effect across Sydney, stretching the city and making affordable homes a fading dream. Sydney is becoming more divided between those who can afford to live well and those pushed to the margins. Melbourne's vibrant inner-city culture draws students, artists, and young professionals to suburbs like Carlton, Fitzroy, and Brunswick. But this popularity comes at a price. These areas are now at the heart of Melbourne's rental crisis, with demand far outstripping supply. Renters face bidding wars, skyrocketing prices, and long commutes. Many creatives can no longer afford to stay, changing the fabric of these iconic suburbs. The rental crisis is hollowing out Melbourne's creative heart. Brisbane and Perth are booming, with people flocking to these sunny cities for lifestyle and opportunity. But this surge has sent rents soaring, especially in trendy suburbs like Tenerife and Fremantle. Long-term locals now compete with newcomers for scarce rentals, pushing many out of the communities they love. Stylish apartments and riverside living come at a steep price. As rents rise, the unique character of these cities is at risk, and families face tough choices about where to call home. Adelaide was once known as Australia's most affordable capital city, a place where a comfortable life felt within reach. But now, the city faces its own rental crisis. Rents are rising, and even moderate increases are pushing families and retirees into financial stress. In popular suburbs like Norwood and Unley, demand far outstrips supply, pricing out long-term residents. The idea of Adelaide as a safe haven is fading fast. This is Adelaide's quiet crisis. The rental crisis in Australia is not caused by one single factor. It is the result of a perfect storm of several issues coming together at the same time. The first major cause is a simple lack of supply. For many years, Australia has not built enough homes to keep up with its growing population. The construction of new houses and apartments has been slowed by rising material costs, labour shortages, and complex planning regulations. This long-term failure to build enough housing has created a fundamental shortage. There are simply not enough roofs for everyone who needs one. This is the core of the problem. A second key factor is strong population growth. Australia's population is growing quickly, driven by immigration. After the international borders reopened following the pandemic, there was a huge influx of new migrants, international students, and temporary workers. These newcomers all need a place to live, and most of them enter the rental market first. This sudden surge in demand has put immense pressure on an already undersupplied market. While population growth is good for the economy, it has placed an incredible strain on our housing system. We have welcomed more people without having the homes ready for them. The third element of this perfect storm is the historically low vacancy rate. As we have seen, the national vacancy rate is below 1%. This tiny number means there is almost no slack in the system. When a renter has to move, they are entering a market with virtually no available options. This creates a sense of desperation among tenants. It also gives landlords significant power. With so many applicants for every property, landlords can increase rents without fear of the property sitting empty. This low vacancy rate is a direct symptom of the gap between high demand and low supply. Other factors are also contributing to the problem. Some landlords have sold their investment properties during the recent property boom, reducing the total number of rentals available. Others have shifted their properties from the long-term rental market to the more lucrative short-term holiday letting market, platforms like Airbnb. Furthermore, rising interest rates have increased the mortgage costs for landlords. Some are passing these higher costs directly onto their tenants in the form of higher rent. All these elements combine to create the incredibly difficult and stressful rental market that Australians are facing in 2026. The rental crisis is more than just an economic issue, it has a profound human cost. Families face instability, children's lives are disrupted, and essential workers are being priced out of the communities they serve. Nurses, teachers, and hospitality workers endure long commutes and burnout. Students struggle with overcrowded housing and stress. The rental crisis threatens the health and vibrancy of our society. Finding a stable, affordable home is one of the biggest challenges in Australia today. The rental crisis is squeezing families in every city, creating stress and insecurity for millions. The dream of a secure home is slipping away, and the impact is felt everywhere, from families to essential workers and students. The most critical solution is to build more homes and invest in affordable housing. With commitment and action, we can create a future where every Australian has a safe, secure place to call home.